You know, maybe we can try to curb the population a little bit. That's why we sent Joe Galli out to the Toledo-Lucas County Sanitary District to find out what they're doing. Joe, good morning.
Good morning, China. You know what? It's all about these little critters right here, and I'm not talking, they might look like sea monkeys, but they certainly are not. This jar is full of mosquito larvae that we're actually going to go ahead and show a little example of how they take care of them today at the Toledo area sanitary guys, the bug busters, if you will, because you know mosquitoes, it's not just that little bite that can lead to an itch. They can actually be quite dangerous. And I'm here with Lee Mitchell, a biologist here. So tell me, what are some of the dangers we have with the mosquitoes in our area here?
Well, they're an annoyance for a lot of people, especially children playing outside and all the sports activities we have in this area. And as the weather warms up, we're going to see more and more of the adult mosquitoes. Especially in May and June, we usually have a lot of mosquitoes.
So they're going to be coming out in May and June, but they could also be carrying disease. Is that right?
They can also carry disease. The disease that we're mostly concerned with is West Nile virus. That's usually a problem later in the summer, starting about mid-July until the end of summer. Right now, we're treating the standing water for mosquitoes. That started in March. We've been very busy in April because we have sufficient water on the ground to produce a lot of mosquitoes.
So how exactly do we go ahead and take care of these bad boys?
Well, right now we're looking for the mosquito larvae in the woodlots and in meadows and fields. I can pour some out here in a basin.
Let's go for it. Let's take these bad guys out. We've saved these special for our demonstration right now, a little science demo. This jar is full of little baby mosquitoes. Is that right?
Mosquito larvae, these aren't full grown yet, but they are producing adults. We've had calls from the public, especially in western Lucas County. What we do is we put a corncob granule. It has a bacteria in it, and we use a backpack blower to put these corncob granules in the water. Mosquito larvae feed on bacteria and other things that are in the water. They're filter feeders, and as they feed on that bacteria, it kills them. It disrupts their digestive system. The nice thing about the bacteria is it's very specific only to kill mosquito larvae in the water, so it's not going to hurt birds and things that are in the water, especially things like this time of year like ducks and geese. It's not going to hurt those things. It's not going to hurt your pets if the pets come and drink this water, or on farms if you have horses or cows or something. If they drink this water, it's not going to hurt those animals because they're mammals, and this material is not going to hurt mammals.
So if people know that they have some standing water around, they want to have you guys come by and spray some of these special corn granules over there to go ahead and take care of mosquitoes, how can people get in contact with you?
They can reach us at 419-726-7891 and request a mosquito spraying if they have standing water on their property. It's always an issue this time of the year. Because of the warm weather we had in March, things have really speeded up this year a little bit. We're probably a couple weeks ahead of schedule in terms of where the mosquitoes are, which means the mosquitoes are going to be coming out in the adult stage a little bit earlier this year.
All right, well, that's some bad news that I really didn't want to hear. The mosquitoes are going to be coming back a little earlier in the season, and you know what? We're going to come back here a little later in the show and tell you about some things that you can do on your own property that you can handle some of the mosquito population yourself. Michael, China, back to you.
All right, Joe Galli.
Thank you.
Woo, thank you. We'll check back with you in a little bit.
Ow.
Stop it. Gosh, I don't like
Let's get it.
mosquitoes.
Oh, I know.
Creeping me out.
They suck your blood, they get you, then you're itching all the time. All
I'm
right.
going.
We got to go.
I'm out.
6:17, we'll check in with Joe Galli in just a little bit. We'll have your outdoor report. It is that time of year to start thinking about how are we going to tackle those pesky bugs, especially the mosquitoes.
I don't like thinking about this, but I
Yeah.
promise not to walk off set this time. I did a little bit earlier. I was disgusted, but I was also fascinated. There's a lot of good information coming from Joe Galli right now. Joe, welcome back.
Oh, you know what, Michael? It's all about these bad boys right here, especially people who are they got inner city problems right here, and they might have a couple of these spare tires hanging around in their yard where, well, you know what, look at the inside of this thing in here. It makes for a great mosquito habitat for nice little guys to go ahead and breed. And there's actually a specific type of mosquito that happens to be breeding in these tires right now. And I'm here with Lee Mitchell, a biologist. Tell me a little bit about this new invasive species.
We had a mosquito come in the year 2005 from Asia. We believe they came from Japan originally. And they breed a lot faster than our normal mosquitoes that we have in Ohio. And we're finding those in the tires right now, whereas our native mosquitoes won't start for a couple weeks yet when the weather gets even warmer. So that is a problem for us because this is a mosquito that also can transmit West Nile virus to people later in the season. And because mosquitoes are starting so early this year, That's a potential problem because we're going to see a lot more mosquitoes.
So what can people do about these tires?
I would get rid of them. I picked up a couple yesterday in North Toledo. April 21st, which is a Saturday, because it is Earth Day, people can take tires to the Toledo Zoo, going off the Anthony Wayne Trail between 10 and 2. You can bring up to 10 tires, and you can get rid of those tires for free. So if you have tires to get rid of, I would encourage people to take those to the zoo on April the 21st. If you can't take the tires, if there's too many, if you can call us and let us know where the tires are, we'll come and spray those tires to make sure that those mosquitoes are not going to be coming out bothering people in that area.
All right, well, what if you don't have tires, but you might have yourself a nice little rock garden, maybe with a nice little waterfall in it right there that might be a breeding ground for mosquitoes? What else can people do?
We also have free mosquito fish available to the public. Usually we start distributing those free fish around June the 1st. People can also call the 419-726-7891 number to request those fish. Like I said, usually we wait for the weather to get warmer before we start giving the fish out to the public. They're like a little guppy. They're only about 1.5 inches to 2 inches long. They love to eat mosquito larvae. They're very effective in ornamental pools, water gardens, and things of that nature.
All right, well, you know, get your little fish if you have your certain garden, and there's a few of them right behind us over there. They've been go ahead and been patiently waiting back there for you to come by and pick them up. Have you come by and put them in your garden. Go ahead and make sure that you can get rid of the mosquito problem before it actually happens, before they hatch and spread wings and start biting you all over during the summer months. And if you have tires, just go ahead and get rid of those bad boys because they're just going to make a nest for these nasty bugs that could carry West Nile virus. Michael, China?
Yeah, get rid of the tires, buy some off, can of Raid, something. Spray them off.
Get rid of them.
Gone.
All right. Joe Galli. Thank you, Joe.